Tucked away in Jesus' Sermon on the Mount is this strange little verse, Mathew 6, verse 21. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Now, traditionally, people have always interpreted this verse to mean that if you really want something, if your heart is in the right place, you'll be able to do it, or you'll be able to get it. And so, when churches have their financial drive in the fall, what they do is they tell their people, you know, if your heart's in the right place, you will give generously to support the ministry of the church. And there's some truth to that. Where our heart is generally where we will do things. So, if I really like boating on Sunday morning, chances are I will have a boat and I will do boating on Sunday morning. But that's not what the verse says. The verse doesn't say where your heart is, there will your treasure be. It says just the opposite. Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Here's the problem I have when we translate it the traditional way. In the traditional way, if I really want something, I will get it. But the problem is, what if I don't want it? What if I don't want to tithe? What if I don't want to love the cranky neighbor who lives next door? What if I don't want to do this wonderful ministry or project in my church? Where do I get the motivation? And St. Matthew, and Jesus as well, in this Sermon on the Mount will say, just do it. Do what's right. Do what you're supposed to do. And then maybe your heart will catch up to your behavior. So for example, you know, I don't particularly like to exercise. It's hard work. But I have learned over the years that if I do exercise, what happens if I do it again and again and again, and maybe I lose a little weight, and maybe I feel more energy and pep, or maybe I can breathe easier. If I keep doing it, I discover the benefits of how good exercise is for me, and I continue to do it. And the same thing is true when it comes to our life in the church. You know, who really wants to tithe? Do we really want to tithe? By nature, no. But if you do and you keep doing it, and keep doing that good behavior, pretty soon your heart will catch up. And you'll want to do it because you see the benefits. This text says, where your treasure is, your heart will be also. Where your effort, your treasure, whatever you want to do, you know, wherever that effort is, your heart will eventually catch up. So that what happens to the individual is we discover what we didn't want to do at one time, we now like. I think Nike is onto something. You know that slogan of Nike, just do it? Well, that's true here. You know, what about that cranky neighbor next door? I might not want to love him, but just do it. Just love him. What about exercise? Just do it. What about tithing? Just do it. Do that which is good and beneficial. Live out your Christian life, because where your treasure is, your heart will be also. It will catch up to you, and you will be blessed.